So is being loud and proud the correct solution for Generation Z? Should they be focused on complaining and speaking out on social media, or should they actually be focused on building solutions towards a better future?
Loud and proud. One of the things I'm seeing with Gen Z is they are being a bit more activist than perhaps some of the older generations. And I think it's really important to be loud and proud right now because there's an awful lot of things wrong with the world. And as you've seen in the film, there's certainly a feeling in Gen Z that it's their job to try and fix some of the things that have gone wrong. So I would say yes, I would encourage loud and proud. The question is loud and proud where? So loud and proud on social media, but if you're just doing it on social media, is that enough? I don't know about you. I mean, do you feel that Gen Z sort of tend to do more on social media, but less actually out on the streets and, or in person? What do you feel?
Before 2020, I would say that Gen Z are more attuned to social media, more comfortable with expressing themselves on social media, shaping their profiles in that certain way, posting their stories and their posts, etc. But after 2020, I would say that I think a switch flipped and they realized that social media is not enough. And that's why you see, Greta Thunberg on the docks, or you see, youngsters throwing soup on paintings and such. I think they've realized that the digital realm is not their whole world and that the physical space is also as important, if not more important. Um, but just we mentioned the film, so tell us a little about I Am Gen Z.
Well, it's interesting. Before we actually go there, is I'm currently making another film. I'm making some other documentaries at the moment, and one of them I am actually, or I followed. I'm editing it now. I am followed for 5 months. Just Stop Oil here in the UK, and one of the people you mentioned there is one of the soup throwers who is part of Just Stop Oil. So it's that group, and super interesting following that organization and that group of activists. It's there's grandmas and grandpas in there, there's middle-aged people, but there's obviously a very large Gen Z community within that. And it's been really, really interesting to see Gen Z, how they're operating and what they're doing, and how deeply they feel, how strong they feel about the cause, and how dedicated they are. There's no laziness there. They are being really, really active and really going for it. Whatever you think about the tactics that the climate activists have, I'm seeing a really, really strong Gen Z movement coming through in sort of activism out on the street, literally in front of my eyes, by having had the privilege to actually follow that group for 5 months. So that I think concurs with a little bit with what you're saying about how Gen Z is not just being on social media now. I think the activism is moving into the streets. So I agree with you.
What do you think flipped that switch for Gen Z to be more comfortable on those streets rather than posting to Instagram?
I feel that